When Officer Briggs slammed the plastic bag of white powder onto the hood of the car, he barked, "Game's over, sweetheart. Caught you red-handed." A crowd began to gather near the luxury car parked at the edge of the country club, cell phones raised, jaws tightening. But the woman he handcuffed didn't cry. She didn't plead. She simply looked him in the eye and said, "That's not mine. And you're going to regret this." She looked like a Hollywood star. Icy blue eyes, golden blonde hair tied in a silk scarf, flawless skin. But her calm wasn't vanity. It was a strategy, because Catherine Vale wasn't just any woman. She was a billionaire tech investor, owner of half the property on that road, and one of the sharpest minds in AI cybersecurity. But none of that mattered to Briggs. To him, she was just a spoiled woman with too much power. And he hated powerful women. "I found it in her glove compartment," Briggs announced loudly to the bystanders. "Bag of cocaine. Intent to distribute." He flashed the plastic bag to the cameras, enjoying every second. She didn't argue. She didn't even blink. Instead, she turned to her assistant, who had just arrived on scene, and said only one word: "Call." 2 hours later, Catherine sat alone in a holding cell. No calls returned, no rights read. The smirk on Briggs' face as he walked past her door was smug and unshaken. He thought it was over, thought he'd finally taken someone down. But then the courtroom door opened. Catherine didn't walk in with lawyers. She walked in alone, wearing a pale blue pantsuit that matched her piercing eyes. She didn't speak as she sat. The judge raised an eyebrow. "You're defending yourself." She nodded once. The gallery murmured. Everyone expected her to throw money at the problem. No one expected this. Briggs strutted to the stand first, recounting his discovery of the drugs with confident arrogance. "She was acting nervous," he said. "Kept looking around, fidgeting. That's what tipped me off." The jury scribbled notes. Catherine waited. Then she took the stand. No theatrics, no objections. She simply pulled a USB from her pocket and handed it to the court clerk. "Surveillance footage from my car," she said. "My system records everything, from motion to tampering." The judge allowed it. The courtroom dimmed as the footage played. It was crystal clear. The interior of her car was silent and still until 11:24 a.m., when Officer Briggs walked up to the driver's side, used a tool to pry open the door, and slipped a plastic bag into the glove box. Gasps filled the room. She leaned into the microphone and said, "The bag wasn't there before. I had the vehicle detailed the morning of. Time-stamped invoice is in your folder. And just for fun, run fingerprints on the bag. I guarantee none of mine are on it." Briggs' face turned a deep shade of red. The prosecutor froze. The judge removed her glasses and stared down at the officer like she was seeing a monster for the first time. But Catherine wasn't finished. "I also have a log from my vehicle's AI," she added. "It detected the officer's presence 3 times before the incident. Once at 3:13 a.m., hours before the arrest." She turned to the jury. "He wasn't protecting the public. He was planting evidence to destroy my name." The silence was thunderous. Within minutes, the judge ordered a halt to the proceedings. The prosecutor demanded an internal investigation. Briggs was removed from the courtroom in handcuffs, protesting, red-faced, humiliated. Catherine remained seated, still silent, still calm, because she knew this wasn't just about her, it was about every person who had been framed and forgotten. About power and how it's misused when no one is watching. The media exploded. Headlines read, "Officer exposed by billionaire's car AI," and "Tech Queen turns tables in courtroom shocker." But Catherine gave no interviews. She returned to work. Quietly. Until a month later, she donated $10 million to a national non-profit providing legal defense for falsely accused minorities, and set up a grant to fund AI surveillance tools for cars in vulnerable communities. She didn't want revenge. She wanted reform. So never assume beauty means weakness. Never mistake silence for surrender. And never forget, the truth doesn't shout. It waits for its moment, then crushes the lie completely. A cop tried to frame a billionaire woman with planted drugs, until the courtroom went dead silent when she took the stand. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a karma in the comments below.